Welcome to the Power Chat series. Today I have here the post-show guest, Caitlin Vong for the Ocean State Grand Nationals. Caitlin, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to have you on. Well, clearly the picture shows you had a good tournament. So let's get right into it. What is the trophy for, and what are some of the other accomplishments that you had over the weekend?
Yes, so I won overall women's traditional forms during the nighttime stage. And then during the day, I got first in Korean. And so that's the division I competed up on stage. I also got second in musical weapons and musical forms. And then third in creative weapons. I also did sparring. I did both the women's open weight and the regular points sparring divisions, and I believe I got fifth for those.
Cool. So 6 or 7 divisions as I was counting. Wow, that is a lot. A long weekend, but overall, are you happy with your performance? What's sort of like the performance in review for you?
Yeah, so I'm just looking back, I guess with every tournament, just like every other competitor, the best thing you do is go out there and do your best. I think with my open hand or the musical divisions, it was good competition. I was going up against people from like Paul Mitchell. So you had Haley Glass there, and then you also had Sammy Smith, who came back to compete for Ocean State. So that was always fun to get to see her. Um, and then with the weapons, just same thing, just drilling what I'm doing during practice and doing the best I can out there on the ring.
Great. Well, congratulations. That's a lot of probably running around and a lot of training. I see you're at the karate school right now. So we'll get into a little bit more about your training and your background. But so you represent Team CBR. That's Christine Bannon Rodriguez's team. Uh, it's been some time since you've been on, but it's still a newer team ish in the grand scheme of things. Tell me more about it.
Yes, so I would say it's been like a year and a half since I've been on Team CBR because I remember Amerikick being my first tournament with the team. Um,
Cool.
and it's definitely, I guess, a new team with a lot of great competitors. And we actually just picked up a few more too on the team, for example, like Angel Diaz. And I think throughout the tournament, I think we were all there. It was exciting to get to see everyone, in person all together. And it was great just kind of being there, supporting each other too as a team.
That's awesome. And are you able to, how did the rest of the team do? And did you hear them while you were doing your divisions? I feel like that's always one of the best feelings just to hear the people behind you cheering you on.
Right. Yeah, we're kind of everywhere, throughout the competition. Um, when I was competing, I believe they were trying to be there for me, and again, just like any other competitor on the team, it's definitely fun. It definitely helps you pump you up when you hear people cheering for you right before you go on or even during.
Mhm.
But I was able to also go out and also see my teammates compete too, mainly when it came to the sparring divisions. Pretty much, I would say most of the my teammates competed in the sparring divisions, and I think overall they did really well. I can't exactly remember like what places they
Of
got.
course, yeah.
Yeah, but it was still good competition. They did well.
Well, congratulations to you and to the rest of your team. So overall, how did the event run? I think I remember I'm not sure if you did it, but one of my favorite things was they always had like the Paul Mitchell girls outside of the event doing hair. Is that still a thing?
No, it's not anymore.
Man,
I also do remember that. I was always looking forward to seeing them.
exactly. Getting like your hair in braids or something before the night show. Okay. Well, otherwise, I'm still sure it was very good. Different ballrooms, right? How was it run in general? Any feedback there?
Yeah, no, I think Don Rodriguez and Christine Banana Rodriguez did a great job at organizing the tournament, with all the divisions and then just kind of spreading out all the divisions in different ballrooms.
Yeah.
So you really built behind that.
Okay. And then obviously the you competed in the night show. So, to my understanding, it was an overall grands for traditional. So it was all styles put together. This was not traditional challenge for Korean, right?
Yes, yes, it was just for the overall traditional forms. So again, I won in the Korean division, and then you also had two other people on stage doing Japanese and then Kempo too.
So, I mean, tell me a bit more about. So, obviously, like we used to compete together, and when you were younger and they didn't separate the Korean and the Japanese, I think a lot of not underbelts, juniors felt compelled to switch maybe to compete. But now I feel like Korean is really getting its heyday, even on the same turf as Japanese and other styles. What's it been like to be a part of that?
Yeah, so again, it's a new rule that they, split the traditional divisions, and so now Korean has its own division, and I think it's been a good thing, at least from like what I'm hearing, how that way, people can just kind of focus and highlight on the skills that pertain to the Korean division, showing off those kicks and just different moves too. So I think, it's a good thing, and hopefully we keep it up.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get into a little bit more about you. You're at the karate school. It's a Friday. So are you kind of prepping for classes later today and training yourself? Is that why you're there in the middle of the day?
No, actually, but
Okay.
we are closed right now. We do only open in the evenings.
Okay.
We actually have a belt testing tonight, so I'll have to prep for that with all the belts and the sheets and get the kids ready.
Fun. So you take on like the teaching role there as well?
Yes, yes, I do. So I'll train during the day, and then at night I'll teach classes.
Great. Cool, cool. Okay, so how did you sort of get involved in martial arts and tell me a little bit more about your philosophy on keeping all of these divisions under your belts because as a lot of people know, as they get into the older division, divisions start to kind of fall by the wayside. But it hasn't seemed like that for you.
Yeah, no, I feel like in the beginning when I first started competing, at least on the NASA circuit, I just stuck with, creative weapons and then creative forms. And then, throughout time, I got into musical. And that's pretty much the same thing as, creative, just adding music,
Mm-hmm.
getting the crowd audience, pumped up a little bit, and also yourself too when you're in the ring. And then I was just doing CMX for a while. Um,
Mm-hmm.
until maybe like a few years ago that I started getting it back into traditional, which was like my main thing too before the NASA circuit. And then we also got the Korean Challenge too, became a division. So I also signed up for that, and it's been going good.
And no plans to drop anything so
No,
far?
no, actually, I was thinking about, I was like, all these divisions, is there anything I could drop? But I was thinking about, I was like, not really. Like, they kind of all align with each other, at least for me.
They all have a special place in your heart, kind of.
Yes, yes.
It's like kids. You don't want to let any of them go. I guess you would never let kids go, but they're each your little baby.
Mhm.
Awesome. So, how old were you when you started? And obviously, it's a traditional, I mean, a taekwondo based background. How did you get into it?
Yes, so I started when I was 6 years old. I just kind of moved into the area, and my parents just wanted me to be active and get to a sport. So we saw Victory Martial Arts just right down the street, took a peek in, and my mom just kind of put me in here to do a trial lesson. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, he's so good, just because I was younger, just the natural flexibility and just being able to kind of pick things up quickly. And so I just kind of stuck with it. And it's definitely, a sport that I can't give up, after all this time.
Wow. Yeah. And I think that's awesome to hear. Tell me a little bit more just like about yourself. I think people, I mean, I feel like I don't even know that much like about you as like a person. And I think this is an awesome opportunity for people to like learn and relate to Caitlin Vong. So what are your sort of maybe goals as it pertains to martial arts, maybe as it doesn't? Where are you at right now?
Yeah, I mean, so martial arts for me, I've always been kind of like a quiet person. I feel like I still am, kind of like a bubbly person. And with martial arts, especially teaching as an instructor, has kind of like forced me to put myself out there and speak in front of, big audiences and just kind of performing too. So I would say it's definitely helped build my confidence,
Yeah.
again, just putting myself out there even when I don't want to. Um, and then there's other things too, that martial arts has, I guess, helped me, with discipline, in different aspects of my life. And again, it's also just kind of like a passion, a hobby for me too, instead of just like teaching, but actually just doing it with the kids and just continuing my training too.
Are you in school as well, or is this your full time job?
Well, I'm taking a break right now, but I'm going back in the fall for classes.
Cool. What are you studying?
I'm doing radiation therapy.
Radiation therapy. Wow. So, what is like the end goal to be like a specialist, a nurse, a doctor?
So yeah, with this, it's a program for radiation therapy. It's an associate's degree, but it's like a specialty pretty much. And so I'm hoping to get into that.
Oh no, she might have gotten a call. Or sometimes when a notification comes up or a laptop dies, the she drops out. But I'm sure she's going to join us any second now. But yeah, Caitlin is coming back just in a second. I'll put her in when she flips the camera, and we'll get her right back in here. Quick little blip, but 2, 1. Okay, awesome. So you're gonna have to juggle school in the fall with the program for radiation therapy. Wow, how are you gonna do? I mean, obviously you've done it for semesters before, I'm assuming, just with the school thing.
Yes, yeah. In the past, I've done both. So I've taken class, tried to do morning classes, and then still make time for martial arts in the evening. So I'll be doing
Cool.
the same.
Wow. Okay. Well, a lot of dedication, and I'm sure you have some kiddos looking up to you, especially with their testing coming up so soon tonight, right?
Yes. Oh yes.
Cool. All right, circling back to the Ocean State Grand Nationals, though, is have you won grands at this event before? Did you win it last year?
No, I believe this was my first time at Ocean State.
Wow, well, congratulations. That's awesome. Do you have like a place at home where you keep your trophies? Like, what's your process?
Yeah. So actually, most of the time, when I win these tournaments or like my divisions, I'll actually bring my medals or trophies to my school here, just because I don't have space for
Hmm.
all of them. But I will keep a few at home. The ones like I hold close. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
great. It's a little bit of both that you have some extra land with the school to put it on and have people look up to you and things like that. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what are your plans for the rest of the year?
The rest of the year, I will be still competing, going to the NASA circuits or tournaments. For example, the next one for me will be Quebec in the end of the month. My first time there. I know everyone talks about the nighttime show.
Yeah,
I'm super excited for that.
that's going to be so fun. I'm
Yeah.
so excited to see the videos and the pictures. It's such a great nighttime show, and I did the pre-show with the promoters. So, coming off of a great win at Ocean State, a great tournament, you must be feeling good for the next one, right?
Yes, I can't wait.
Great. Well, it was a pleasure having you on, Caitlin. Thanks so much for coming on to the Power Chat series, and congratulations on your wins.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for watching the Power Chat series, guys. Stay tuned for the next one later this week.